Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new movie review. Yes, I thought I'd change the concept around rather than just doing my usual stand-up routines, stand-up movie reviews. Kind of want to make it a bit more welcoming rather than just stand up, tell you all about the film. Okay, so what have I just watched? I have just watched Stalker, directed by Andrei Tarkovsky or Tarkowski. You'll have to correct me which pronunciation is right. This is a bit of an unusual film, but very visual and very auditorial as well, if that's even a word, I don't know. Apparently this is his final feature, apparently. Yeah, it's the story of three men. One's called the Stalker, who's kind of like the guide. We also have a writer as well, the writer and the professor. And it's about these three men that take this journey to an exclusion zone where it's said that many years ago a meteor fell from the sky, and there's kind of like supernatural elements to inside this area. It's known as the zone, and people that go there never return. The outside area of it is heavily guarded with the military, so they have to break their way into this kind of exclusion zone. It kind of reminded me of Chernobyl, the area of Chernobyl, the look of it as well, you know, where there used to be life, but now everything is desolate. Grass is overgrown, and these three men have to trek across various landscapes, through waters, and as I say, overgrown forested areas. There are building ruins as well, and through tunnels. So there's supposed to be a building within this exclusion area known as the zone that has a room that bring all your desires to life. And it's about these men taking this trek. So obviously the Stalker is the guide. The writer, I think, has just lost his passion for writing and just wants something new to write about and thinks this might be a good idea. Plus you also have the professor as well, or the scientist, who wants to go explore this, and from a scientist's point of view. Visually, it's really good. There's two colour elements to this film for like the first half hour. It's not black and white, it's a kind of a light brown sepia tint to the whole film, until these men get to this exclusion zone, and all of a sudden it becomes colour. And I actually didn't realise at the moment, I was so engrossed in the first half hour of the film, it was like, oh, it's colour. Yeah, I was like that. And it opens up a brand new spectrum, and it's not the most overly colourful film, but the cinematography is really good. The outside landscape, you know, the overgrown grass areas. There's a fantastic sequence of them walking through this big round type of like train tunnel with like, is it stalactites or stalagmites? Things dripping down and hanging down. And just the sounds of them walking through. That's also one thing I wanted to mention. The Foley artists had a really great time with the film, but I think that the creator, the director, has a very visual idea and a very auditory idea of what he liked. And this is a very auditorial film as much as it is a visual film, because all these sounds. For one thing that I did notice, that when they were walking through this forested area, I didn't hear any birds at all. You don't hear any birds until kind of like later on in the film. We also get like dilapidated buildings, ruined buildings, very much like a Chernobyl type landscape, you know, after so many years. And I believe maybe, I think I read that this idea from a nuclear disaster or something from the 1950s, or based on something like Chernobyl. It does have a sci-fi element to the film. What is the force that's drawing them there? What is in this room? If it's supposed to grant your wishes, your dreams come true, is it just a way to keep people out of this area? You have to take the journey with these three men. There is quite a bit of poetry thrown in as well with the dialogue, but like I say, it is a very visual film and a very auditorial film with the audio. The only thing that kind of got me thinking is the end of the film with the daughter. I didn't quite get what was happening with the daughter at the end of the film. So if anybody wants to let me know, I might have to read up about it, but it kind of was different, from a different tone from the rest of the film. Kind of had a supernatural feel to it. But other than that, yeah, I really enjoyed it. One thing I was thinking of when they were trekking through this overgrown area and the concepts of where they were going, it reminded me of the film Annihilation with Natalie Portman, where they went into this domed area. Not everything was as it seemed inside this domed area, and it was very quiet and it was very visual. And that's the first thing I thought of, you know, so maybe they got the idea from this film, who knows. But it certainly was a very visual film. The film was from 1979 and it's 161 minutes. So it's not a short film, although it kept my attention through the entire film. I didn't have any breaks. The dialogue is in Russian, obviously, with English subtitles, and it is 1:37:1 aspect ratio. So it's the Justice League standard 4:3 type of framing. The colour, as I say, the colouring, it differs from one scene to another. Not all the time, but on some scenes you get the brown sepia tints, and then you get just the regular, you know, the regular film colour. So it didn't detract any way from the enjoyment of the film. Now, this is a Criterion release. It does contain a lot of special features, including it's a new 2K digital restoration with an uncompressed monaural soundtrack. That's a mouthful. Also includes a new interview with Jeff Dyer, author of Zona, a book about the film, about the journey to a room. Interviews from 2000 with the set designer and the composer. Interview from the mid-1990s with the cinematography. A cinematography was fantastic through the film. Plus an essay by critic Mark Lefanow, I believe that is. Yeah, so this is the Criterion release. It does come with one disc plus some inside artwork, and you also get this nifty little book, or this little pull-out leaflet that gives you the credits, the cast and everything, a few pictures, plus you get a whole load of writing in here, all in English obviously. So it's mainly about the transfer, production credits, about the filming of the movie. So it's a nice little thing to actually have inside the case. Would I recommend it to everyone? Probably not. I mean, is it a film that I would have picked off a shelf? No, it's not. Although I'm getting into more subtitled movies, more international movies, world cinema. It was only suggested to me by one of my viewers, or a few of my viewers. So it's not something that I would have actually sought out, because being brought up on the big Hollywood blockbuster Steven Spielberg and all that kind of stuff. And 79, it's the same year as Alien, isn't it? I think it's the same year as Alien. It's not something that I would have sought out. So I'm glad that someone actually did say, try this, Paul, you might like it. And I believe, is it Andrei Tarkovsky or Tarkovsky? One day I'll get it right. I think isn't he responsible for Solaris as well, the original Solaris? I don't remember ever watching that. I do remember watching the George Clooney one though. So maybe I'll go back and watch the original Solaris. So yeah, I might do that actually, because I'll probably get a better appreciation of the filmmaking process and how this person tells a story. But yeah, Stalker. I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much. I thought maybe I'd turn it off halfway through the film. Maybe I'd get bored, or maybe I'll get to the end of it and say, what a pile of crap. But no, pleasantly surprised. Yeah, really, really interesting film. But still a little bit unsure on the ending, so please let me know. But as a whole, as a film, how would I rate it? I'm not going to rate it 10 out of 10. But I would give it a good solid 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. Cinematography was brilliant. It was fantastic. Beautiful cinematography. Very unusual. Some areas kind of reminded me that kind of David Lynchy, Twin Peaksy. I think if you took David Lynch, got him to remake Annihilation, this is the kind of thing he would probably come up with, because there were certain David Lynch elements to it. Some people might not see it, but for me, it had a kind of a Twin Peaks-ish on certain elements anyway. Maybe I'm just going nuts, but that's what I thought anyway. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Stalker. Like the video by giving it some thumbs up. Blah, blah. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I shall see you on the next video. Stick down in the comments, have you seen Stalker? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Did you turn it off and thought it was a pile of old shit? I would really like to know. For me, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic. So hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time, bye.